Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Welcome, come back. I know we had a experience last what was it, Monday? And I took the video down, you guys. I hit it. I don't want nobody looking at that. It was poor. I wouldn't say family situation. I mean, it's just we haven't had to do that in a while. That's because we've been over here hanging out, minding our own business. I told you guys, when certain cases, you hit them cases, people, yeah, you can get the numbers, you can get the people, but you know, they come from all over. They go to all these other channels that they love that drama. They want those views. They like that click. They love it. You know, we're not over here for that. And so when they want to come and tell you something, they're very passionate about what they're saying. And they're very passionate about, you know, calling people out, calling them names or whatever. I know both of these ladies, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to say this. I don't care what nobody say. You can get mad. You can, whatever you want to do it. It doesn't matter to me. But it's never appropriate on this channel to be calling somebody a name. And I'm not with it 100%. I have to restrain myself. One time I wanted to call this one lady a name. I just had to leave. I just did. And I understand. I couldn't do it. I let you guys know my feelings was so passionate, but I didn't call her a name because, you know, it just wasn't. A matter of fact, it was on this case. It was on this case. And sometimes that's why you have to let the case go. And then people calling you, oh, let me tell you this, let me tell you this, let me tell you dog named Chalk and all this other stuff. And I think most of you guys remember when that happened. I was just so angry and I was so mad. And you know, you trying to help them and say, go look over here and quit looking over there and quit just downing what I'm saying. And you know, but it helped them kept going. We were looking for the kids. I believe the young lady was looking too. You know, I believe she had something, you know, she was really looking for the kids. But people get mixed up in their feelings. Sanjua says, I remember. I know you was here. I know you were here and I know you remember. And it gets really, you know, but it's not the whole, you got to remember and stay on task. The whole reason why we're here, we're trying to utilize your mind, your thinking. Everybody's from different places of the world. Some is in Memphis, Chicago, Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina, Kansas, you know, Nevada, you know, Washington, D.C., to Texas. We're, you know, all of us, we're from a whole different, and we're going to think differently. We just said this before we came on yesterday. We're going to think differently. Please respect other people's thinking. And yes, Lakendra, she has a right to think what she want to think. And you know what? Not all CPS, you know, agencies and workers are bad. Quit putting everybody in a box and getting mad, because there is some good ones out there. There's people right now that some of you guys are adopted. How did you get adopted? Some CPS worker had to come and get you out that home. I told you guys, at one time my mother lost every last one of us. Now what she tells us, okay, it sounds great, but there's a reason why we got taken out. But guess what? She got her stuff together. Sometimes it takes a third party to come in there and get things right for that child. I'm one of them. So I'm not going to knock all CPS. Do they get it wrong? Yeah, because you can't tell outside what a person's whole hidden agenda is really about. Yeah, they need to do more. But guess what? There's no place to put these kids. So I get and I understand what Lakendra is saying. Okay? I mean, but we wasn't talking about the mama. I wasn't down with that. I mean, you know, it's like, they're making mistakes. And I get what she's saying. And I understand wholeheartedly what she is saying. Because we're not, you know, hey. But what we want to talk about and stay on is the court case. I'm trying to share with you guys, like there'll be time that maybe we won't talk about that. I think we've been there before. We've done that. And, you know, you can have your hard feelings about mama. I'm gonna continue my commentary first. And that's one of my loyal warriors too. But anyway, you guys, like I said, you know, we got to contain ourselves. When someone comes into the channel and they've been here before, but then they get wild or they get, you know, whatever, you know, just just you stay respectful. You stay respectful. You know what I'm saying? Because if we just and she was LaKendra was, and I appreciate LaKendra. I do. I appreciate her that she stayed respectful and all is good. And like I said, I did have a conversation with Gail. She called me. We talked. She wanted me to understand her feelings and emotions. I understand her feelings and emotions. It's still not acceptable. But nevertheless, that's the way that is. Okay. Let's talk about the case. Okay. I heard that I don't know the 2 or the 411, but yeah, I got the call that the United States is not going to do anything on the Shenquella case. Very disturbing for a lot of you guys. Because a lot of you guys, wanted them to jump in there. But if you guys can remember, little conversation we had, I told you. It probably won't happen. We first of all, we don't send our people over to a government and a state that has this horrendous way of treating people over there, whether they're in jail or out of jail. I mean, it's crazy. The government over there is ran by the gangs and all of that. And so some people feelings are hurt right now. And I get it. I mean, even the one that came to tell me, they were surprised. And I understand why they're surprised. But I'm not surprised at all. We just don't do that to our people. You got to remember, it's got to be a fair trial. How fair can it be when you've got corruption over there in the United States? Even the doctor says something totally opposite. And then the family got all of this, thousands and thousands of $1 million, $500,000. I don't know what they got. They should have got an autopsy. What they went and get the baby cremated and all of that or whatever. You didn't get an autopsy over here in the United States, or like, come on. It's just like, I hate to say this, and somebody's going to take it the wrong way and say, she compared it to a car. But when you have a wreck, the insurance tell you to go get 3, like if it's not your fault and your car is damaged, they tell you to go get 3. And anybody, if I'm lying, please put a 2 in the chat. But they tell you, go get 3 of the biggest estimates. Because you ain't got to get your car fixed. But if you get 3 of the biggest, they're going to take the least of those 3. So you're going to be very high, right? They're going to take the least of those 3. And yeah, Crystal. Yeah. See, some of you guys remember me telling you. And I mean, we had some full conversations about it. But you get the least of the 3 other estimates, and they're going to probably pay you the least one. But you don't go get the big one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I can't even remember where I was going with that. The Lord give it and the Lord takes it away. Nevertheless, somebody understand where I was going. Because like I said, I can't even remember where I was going with it. Because, so much is going on. Let's get on and talk about, I'm sorry, Soldier Girl. Let's go ahead and talk about Classic and Sincere, Orrin and Orson in the California case. What's going on? What have we heard? If you haven't been keeping up with it, I have been trying to keep up with it. And it goes in and it goes out, and I'm calling Zen, and I'm like, what is they saying? Because I think she's got a better connection. I don't know what's going on. Oh, thank you, Lord. Okay, I can finish the conversation, what I was saying. Hopefully you guys can follow. So when you get the lease of the estimate, you're still in there. I did get the pics. So anyway, when you go into court, you don't go get the president of the United States to go handle. This is little stuff to them. This is a black woman that got injured by black people in a state where they ain't even, they're foreign to it too. And then I said this, and some people are going to get mad, but I'm going to say it again. When you start talking about what went on, everybody's saying she's naked. And you guys want to continue to say naked. You want to say the dog name is Chalk. And I say, no. If you're presenting that to the president of the United States, right there, you come out the gate, the girl wasn't naked. Then the PP loans and all that other stuff, and the car, and where's the family at, where's the boyfriend at, stuff like that. And you guys don't know all the other stuff too. But, and who all got PP loans and stuff, So, and who really got a real business. And so his advisors is telling him, no, you got to have somebody that's clean before you go get the president of the United States. But it's tiny. He don't need to be dealing with domestic. He needs to be dealing with foreign affairs and all that other stuff. If he start dealing with little bitty stuff, and I know people say only thing you got to do is just give him the go ahead. But come on now, you really want a president to start dealing in court cases that's over here? You know what I'm saying? Instead of watching what's going on and we're not being attacked in the world. Now if our people was over there and they had them in jail, we try to go get our people. We want our people. Sometimes they did something wrong. You got to remember, what's that girl's name that she was trying to steal a little marijuana or something over, and she was the basketball person. I can't remember her name now. We watched her when she got released and came home and all of that. And I mean, it took a lot of, but we wanted her home. We wanted her home no matter what, because we can conduct our business over here for her if she did do it. She said they did it for Gabby Petito. Okay, but Gabby Petito, again, Diane, Gabby Petito's white, and she wasn't in another country. She was here in the United States. There's difference. You're talking about apples and peanut butter, totally different. Yeah, Brittany. Yeah. So you can't go, but the president, you did this for such and such, but president, you did this, because they have to stay at a level of taking care of the real stuff that needs to be taken care of. It's like daddy, and you have a husband, or you have a mama, you have a daddy. Daddy go to work. He working. When he comes home, you tell the kids, stay right. This is how the real world, this is what it's supposed to be like. You're supposed to be married, whether husband, wife, whatever. We're not getting into the logistics of, what's right, what's wrong with a man and a woman, and why it can't be this and that. Okay, we're not going there, you guys. I'm just saying, this is how I was taught the real world. This is how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to have a husband, and he's supposed to go to work, and when he gets off work, you're supposed to have dinner, and he pays the bills, and you take care of the kids, raise the kids, and it works like this because you're watching the kids, and if anything that you need help with, but he's paying the bills, then if you have to say, well, when your daddy get home, I'm going to tell your daddy, and then the kids straighten up, because they don't want you to have to go to daddy, because see, mama, such. But it don't work like that. You know why? Because the families are torn now. Everybody still wanted to work like that, but it can't, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, there's not no dad in the house anymore. There's not a man that's working a job and really paying the bills. The woman is working. The woman is working more than one job. You see what I'm saying? Trying to, hey, I can't worry about what somebody else do. I got to make sure I got a roof over my head. So miss me with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hurt nobody. I'm not going to say what they ain't doing or whatever. When you get down and dirty with it, it just don't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. That don't mean you go shoot the horse. That don't mean that. It just means you probably made a bad decision, or somebody's taking advantage of the situation. It's one or the other. Or there's issues that done happen, and this is the way it is. Most of the time, the men don't stay in the family, so the kid don't have that, and so he just go do what he want to do. Now, when you have a president of the United States, he has to conduct business, taking care of the foreign affairs and the things like that. I don't want him nickel and diamond down here wondering, did I go across the light and did the police stop me right? Or did, when I went on vacation, my friends took advantage of me and doped me up and killed me or whatever? Or, I got a PP loan. I don't want him to have to deal with that, because, we got laws and stuff. And if you're not voting, most of the time it's your fault that you're not voting. You're not educating your kids. We can talk about other people's downfalls, like Ryan Dean, but we all got them. It's just right now hers is in the spotlight because her kids are still missing, presumed to be deceased, and that's hurtful. I don't like to kick a dog when he's down, even though that they wrong. I don't like to kick a dog when it's down. I've spoken to her once, and yeah, sometimes you got to understand. You're not going to understand. You can say what you would do. You would say how you would feel. You guys, but you're not in that situation. And so when you in that situation, trust and believe, the mamas that's been in a situation that lost kids, or kids ran away, or somebody abducted the kids, hey, they know that feeling. They know that feeling. They know. It's like, it's unbelievable. Like, you would give them everything. You don't care no more. You're not going to worry about people talking about you. You're not going to be worried about Facebook. And I'm going to tell you something. You guys, you're not going to be sitting. They will see you. So I understand what LaKendra is saying. I do. I understand it. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about what they were saying. Okay, let's get into it. That's 24 minutes of just chitter-chattering and giving you my little sidebar of how I felt about the situation. I felt terrible about it. We're going to move on. We're not going to discuss it anymore. Both of them knows right and wrong. So that settles that. Hey, come holler at us, sister. So anyway, they were in court, and wow. Jacqueline's mom got on the stand. She didn't know the kids, you guys. They had to draw pictures around their faces. She said she didn't know the names. Now, today was a whole different day from yesterday. Yesterday, she was like, she don't know the kid's name. She don't know her grandkid's name and all this other stuff. She doesn't really, her and Jackie don't really see each other. But here's the bottom line of some of the information. I didn't take notes, and my memory is probably gone, but I'm going to help you out as much as I can. The mom says the day that she adopted her 3 kids, Jacqueline and Trezell adopted their 4. So there were 7 kids on one day given to 2 families. And she doesn't work anymore. And so I guess she's making money off the system too by getting money for these kids. Now, let me tell you, don't think that she only getting $1,000 here and $1,000 there, because there was $1,000 per child over here. See, it all depends what kind of medical condition that child is in, because there's some kids, and I do know this because this is what I do for a living. I am a nurse. So I see families, and a family that I go to right now, they have adopted 3 kids. But they both work. The mama and the daddy work, and the mama got a really good job. But they adopted these kids because they can't have kids. But guess what? I guarantee you, they get big checks. One of the kids, they get almost $2,400 a month. But that child needs medical services. I am one of the medical services that has to come every weekend so that the mama can get rest. Because, this kid is not going to live forever. The diagnosis, or I say the prognosis, is that child will die before it reaches the age of 10. But she's giving the child life, smiles and happiness and things of that nature. This is not the same situation. I'm just telling you, don't think that because she's got 3 kids, she's only getting $3,000. She might have a child that's bedridden, that's a vegetable, that's just living on life support. I've taken care of those kids before. Matter of fact, that's basically that's what I do. That's what I'm skilled in. Vents and trachs and G-tubes and stuff. That's why people be like, girl, really? Like, yeah. It ain't something simple just watching TV and giving them a bottle and all this other stuff. It's making sure that machine is running in the middle of the night and mama can sleep. Because you can get yourself so tired. Bing, 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 bing. And the child, it only takes a matter of maybe a minute and the child is gone. What happened if the bells don't ring or whatever? So anyway, you guys, what I'm saying is, so Jacqueline's mom, her name is Maria. She says she don't know because she can't really pronounce the names. That's what she was saying today. She can't really pronounce the names. John Walker got on there yesterday, and you guys, I really like John Walker, and I still do. As a person, I still do. I think he's a nice looking man, and everything, a little cocky. And it's okay. He said some really smart stuff about YouTube and all this other stuff, like the YouTube investigators and all this other stuff. But when he got up there in court, they asked him a question. He says, I don't know. They asked him another question. He was like, I can't recall. Then they asked him another question. He's like, not that I can remember. I mean, this went on for 5 minutes. I was like, oh my God. Did you guys write up a report? I don't know. Did you check it? I can't remember. Do you remember telling such and such to go and look at the video? Or I don't recall. He couldn't recall nothing. Okay, so it really looks like they done threw this ball into the hands of Hansen. That's the other detective that never wrote nothing down, that was supposed to go, and he was really not being the lead. He was supposed to be the lead, but John was the lead, but John handed the ball to Hansen, and Hansen's supposed to contact him or whatever. and they're really looking terrible. But I've had people on both sides of the fence telling me, hey, don't worry about it. They're going to come out with a big bang, you know. I think, you know what? Honey, they done put a lot of doubt in these people's mind, and it's going to stick like glue. Because today, and I don't know who it was somebody on the court case today that was sitting in the box talking, and they were saying that they went over there and had coffee with Jackie, and they seen all the kids in September, October. They said when they went to California City, they seen the kids. Oh, they seen the back of the head. They didn't see the front, but they see everybody making sure that they're putting the doubt there. These is the prosecutor's witnesses. And if this is the prosecutor's witnesses, see, we got Lisa in the live, and she said there's really not that much doubt. Okay, we're in a disagreement, and that's fine. See, I'm okay with her. I haven't seen nothing to stand on this. I needed to call Sugar Mama back because she had called. I will. Hey, this is SP.
Hey, SP.
What's going on?
So, yeah, that was the mother, Maria, that said that she went to have coffee with Jackson.
Oh, why was it in a man's voice?
Because they changed translators today.
Oh, okay.
So that was Maria that said that she went there and she seen all 6 of the kids when she went to Jackie to have coffee.
Okay.
But they caught her in a couple of lies.
Okay.
And he actually did bring them back to her remembrance because, like yesterday, she said she didn't know the boys' names. Today, she said she knew them, but she just couldn't pronounce them. So that's why she didn't say them.
Well, that was the defense. The defense had to get her to clean that up. That was the cleanup crew.
No, that was prosecution.
The lady that asked her that?
No, the man came back and asked her. So he showed the judge the 2 answers. They took a sidebar. He showed the judge the discrepancies, and then they showed them to her on the transcripts.
Well, I don't know. I remember the woman saying, "Isn't it true you just cannot pronounce their names?"
Yeah, she said that, but then when the prosecution came back up, he said, "Which is it? Do you not know their names? Because they changed them, which is what you said yesterday, or is it because you can't pronounce them?"
Okay.
And she didn't know. Like the majority of her answers were, "I don't know, I can't remember." Like 90% of her answers.
Yeah.
So now the foster mother is testifying.
Yes. You know what? She came out the whole entire time she's been very strong in everything she's saying.
Very strong, very emotional.
Very emotional. I believe that this woman loved them children.
Yes, because she broke into
every time when she say the baby, she just, I mean, you can feel her words trembling off of her tongue.
Yes. And she was in the process of getting ready to adopt him.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Right. Well, you know, I didn't know that either, but and she said all the pictures that's out there is from her.
Yes.
And I mean, only thing that because we're lay people. When we go to court, we speak like we're talking, and we say things like, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, things of that nature. She is a little nervous. What else can you remember?
Well, they did clear up. Apparently, in Kern County, they only finalize adoptions one day a year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
One day a year? Is that why everybody got adopted on the same day?
Everybody got adopted on the same day.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I didn't hear that. I was wondering, like, why Jackie and her mama, she done adopted 3 in one day, and then Jackie and Trezell adopt 4 kids in one day.
It was National Adoption Day.
Oh, okay. Marie did say that after they adopt the kids, CPS do not come and check on those kids no more.
Yes.
And remember, I told you guys that. I said, I adopted my kid. Guess what? They never come to my house. Not one time. Not one time they come to my house. Now, they send me a letter and say, to make sure that you took the kids to the doctor, or they're in school. And if you want to put them in private school, you just got to just say, hey, I don't need your services. The minute you say, I don't need your services, like on medical, because I had a good job, I didn't want the state medical services for her, because they come free until she turns the age of 18 or go back to school and stay at 21 or whatever. But I didn't want that because I had really good insurance. And once you do that, they don't even get in contact with you. They want you to be able to take care of this kid by yourself, without any help, without any medical assistant. They're not going to say nothing. But if you need that, only thing you have to do is call them up and say, hey, and they'll call every now and then and say, hey, every year they'll call and send me a letter and say, hey, do you need insurance, or do you need any help with this child? But they don't come by. They don't ask me no questions or nothing.
Yeah. So the testimony today has been very good. Both, I think it was good that they were able to catch Maria in her discrepancies.
Right.
In front of the jury. And I love the way that the foster mother is testifying right now.
Yes. She has opened some things up. Like I don't. It's very convincing. Well, convincing because I believe what she's saying is true. But I believe that the jurors are seeing the pain and everything. But because but she can't testify to anything but other than when CPS got them from her, and that kind of looked a little bad. But she explained what happened. See, when you get these kids, them kids can make a accusation about you, and yeah, and it ruins your whole life, your family, take kids, your jobs, and everything. And people don't realize it will tear up a house because you got a kid that's mad at you because you wouldn't let them go out or spend the night over such and such, or sleep with such and such, or take the clothes off, and you're wondering, what the heck am I going to do? You got it. Hey, that kid will eventually pretty much have to be. You got to let the kid go, or give him back to him or something, because it will tear your whole life up. I'm just being honest.
Yes. But that's the gist of what's going on thus far.
Okay, we do now know the dog name is Pepper. What it was something else that was just huge too. What was it? We were talking about it. What was it that was really huge?
Well, one thing that's really the prosecution didn't, I don't think they made a strong enough point. When they originally searched that house, they didn't find any diapers in the house, right?
Yeah.
when they served the search warrant the second time, they found a dirty diaper in the house.
Right.
And Jacqueline said it was from her mom.
Right. Okay.
But her mom was very specific today that when she came to have coffee with Jacqueline, her kids did not come in the house. They stayed in the car with her other friend, Maria.
Is this when the kids were missing? Because, okay, is that what she said?
Yes, that is what she said.
She's lying.
Exactly.
She's lying. There's a video of those kids running in the house. I seen it. There's a video of those kids when Maria came after Classic and Sincere was missing. Maria's van or SUV, whatever you want to call it, pulls up, and the kid, there's a video
of all those kids
running in the house.
But she says her kids never got out of the car.
She's a liar.
And I feel like the prosecution did not emphasize that enough. How untruthful she is. You know, the defense tried to make like that the police tried to scare her because they kept telling her, if you're lying for Jackie, we're gonna make sure we press charges on you.
Right.
And so that's why she didn't remember nothing or didn't know nothing. But she just not truthful.
Yeah. She was not knowing stuff that she should have known. She was like, they was like, what's the kid's name? She was like, I don't know. And I mean, she was really blunt about it, you know, like nonchalant, like, I don't know. I don't care. I ain't gonna lie for nobody. She said, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
She said she don't know none of her grandkids' names.
She don't know none of them names. She's like, they got their life, and I got my kids raised. She got her kids. I didn't even know they was moving. Did they move?
All right. So today she says, they said, did Jackie give you anything out of her apartment when she moved? She says no. So then the lady says, she didn't give you an icebox, a refrigerator? Oh yeah. She gave me a refrigerator. See, she just kept catching her in discrepancies.
Because she don't wanna say nothing.
Right.
And here's what she is doing, and I seen it for myself. You know, because she's Spanish descent and she speaks Spanish, she acting like she don't know no English. So exactly. And then when the English interpreter is speaking, they speak like in dippy like a baby, like when she's answering the question, they're answering it where you can feel sorry for her.
Right.
I mean, have you noticed that?
Very softly, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've definitely noticed it.
Yeah. Hey, Sugar Mama, I see you in the building. Thank you for the super chat.
But that was the biggest things that I noticed today.
Mm-hmm.
Was just the discrepancies again in Maria's testimony, and the foster mother who's still on the stand right now.
Okay.
And she just was really good at bringing home that she did not keep the boys separated.
Right.
She had no socialization problems with them.
Right.
That her kids loved them.
Right.
That they had no problem getting into her family.
Okay.
Jacqueline and them said they kept them separated.
Right.
She didn't do that.
Right. Now, she did. You know what I can understand? She said that they were going to school at 1 and 2.
Well, I know that it was a daycare / Kid Start.
Okay.
And so the oldest little boy was going to Head Start. He was learning his ABCs and his colors.
Okay. He started going to the school first because he was born first and everything.
Right.
Okay. So it really was daycare. So I'm wondering, was this woman working a job? Because why would you have him in daycare?
Well, she said that she sent because the daycare was educational based,
Okay.
and it was a state facility
Yes.
that was educationally based.
Well, if it was, then she didn't have to pay for him to go. So
Right.
they went all day to daycare.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna down this. I'm not gonna down this foster mama because oh, she touched me. She touched me big time. Not only that, but she took the kids everywhere. I mean, it's how she answered the questions. You knew she loved these babies.
Yes.
And the girl that went to school. So the reason why the kids got taken out of her home, stay right there, Zan, because I want you to finish explaining what all you heard, because I was in and out. But the reason why Classic and Sincere got taken out of her home, she had another foster little girl. She went to school. She had a scar on her or something, and
Scrape on her leg.
a scrape on her leg. The teacher took it upon herself. Next thing you know, CPS was at her house. They took that girl, took the other kids or whatever, and then Classic and Sincere. It was unfounded that her husband had allegedly supposed to have kicked this girl. And
Right.
I mean, but how can you find out that it was true or not? You know what I'm saying?
But also, she was very specific that the caseworker did not move to ask to remove the children.
Yeah, they only moved them kids. They didn't even move her own original biological kids.
Or the one she adopted.
They can't, because once you adopt them, those are. That's why I'm saying, like, even in this lawsuit, and I really don't want to go there, but I'm just gonna say this: even in that lawsuit, they're not gonna win because those kids were not hers anymore. What they're gonna have to go with mainly is it was not right to take them from her. But
I think
those kids were not hers. You
I
can.
think that she's definitely going to be able to prove that, because she said that the worker did not remove the kids until she asked him to not raise his voice in her house.
Right. No. I'm talking about Ryan. I'm talking about Ryan, because here's the thing. Police don't come in your house and just take your kids. There has to be something that doctor said. And I'm telling you what the doctor said. The break on the femur bone, I thought it was just one place, but I think there was two places or something. I just don't remember now. But it can't be just from a fall from a couch or whatever, right? So they had all rights to take the kid because they felt like something's not right, right?
Right.
Okay, that right there, they had all rights to take the kid because something's not right with what the doctor said. It didn't add up the story. Was she really at work? Did she have a job or whatever? They didn't want the kid in the same house with whoever was there. She said it was daycare. I mean, a babysitter. Then we found out that
She said it was the father.
no, she said she.
Babysitting.
Well, the father was babysitting, but she said the babysitter.
Right.
But it was the father. So you see what I'm saying? So when you have all of that going on and not telling where you was at, did you really have a job? Who was babysitting? Because father don't babysit his kids. That's his kid. You don't babysit. That's your child. You watch your kid. That's what you do. But anyway, when the state takes your kid and now they're in possession of your kids, you don't have no rights to that kid. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they're going to have to fight first. So anyway, there was something that reminded me something, and I was trying to get to it. I don't forgot it now. Go ahead.
That was pretty much all I remembered, SP.
God, it was something I should have wrote it down. There was something you and I was talking about or whatever. Okay, so Yeah, I can't even.
You know, I was taking notes. I've been taking notes all through the court case.
I'm glad you have been. I'm glad you have been. You know, I was gonna start taking notes. I had it in the bed with me and I was laying down, but I kept falling asleep because sometimes they just ask the same question 15 different ways. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Yesterday was very grueling.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, did Ryan file the lawsuit or her parents? Both of them. And the parents, well, they didn't have the right to keep the kids from the parents, but you know, I don't know how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I'm gonna get down and let somebody else call in.
Alrighty.
And I'm actually gonna go back. I'll be between the chat and the court.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Zen. Hey.
Huh?
What about Shanquella? What about Shanquella?
I was just really disappointed with that.
I know you was.
But this is only the Fed
Huh?
that will not press charges. That's not to say that the state won't try to pick them up.
Right. Well, if the feds don't, it you know.
Yeah, I mean it's touch and go. And my thing is, I don't know if they would transport a body without embalming it.
Right.
I don't know if she was embalmed in Mexico or not.
Well, you either have to embalm them or you have to keep them in the refrigerator.
Like right.
Yeah. You know, and so, you know, that's what's up.
Because she was at a funeral home in Mexico.
Right.
And so she very well could have been embalmed there.
Right.
Prior to being shipped back to the United States.
Right.
So,
yeah.
we have to see, but right now it looks like they might be getting away with it.
Didi says the state may not have jurisdiction to take the case.
They won't? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They won't have jurisdiction?
Right.
Okay.
She said they may not. She said they may, the state may not have jurisdiction to take the case.
Well, if they don't, then it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do.
Right. All right.
One thing about it, karma will catch up with them.
Ooh, that's what I was thinking. You know, some people be like, we want justice. Trust and believe. We serve a good God.
Yes, Lord.
We serve a good God. You may not see it, and you know what? But I guarantee you, they're gonna pay for everything that if they're supposed to do. There's nothing under the sun he does not know about. He knows about everything. And if we serve a just God, then there's justice going to be served. If that's what it's supposed to be. See what I'm saying? We don't really know. We can't be the judge, the jury, and the prosecution. We want to see something, but it's in God's hands, so it'll happen. You know, sometimes kid die this way. I'm not wishing nothing bad, but you know what I'm saying? Or they get in a car wreck or something, then they like, oh, I want to die or something, and then they forget what they done did to people or whatever. You cannot just if I'm just saying. See, people be like, okay, pray about it. And then just leave it up to the Lord. Whether you get justice here on earth or justice in heaven, God's going to take care of it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Right.
So people get mad and be like, they want to see him in jail. They want to see him suffer. They want to see you're just as bad as them because God wants us all to be with him. When you start wishing and cussing and praying for things to happen to people because you don't really know, you wasn't there. You don't know what they did or didn't do. You don't know. But
Right.
God is a just God. All these Christian people talk about, oh yeah, we serve a good God. And then when things don't go your way, I wish they go to hell. They need to die. They need to go. You don't know what they need to do. You just basically, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
can't do that.
So we'll see
Okay.
how this goes.
Thank you
I'm
for.
gonna jump back in the chat and back in the court.
All right. Thank you for calling in. You know I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. Sugar Mama, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? We are almost coming up to our hour. Anybody got anything that they want to share? They want to say? They call on in. We have to watch the words that come out of our mouth. Words are very deadly. Candy done said, "Hey Tina, how you doing? I see you in the building." Louisville bank shooter body cam footage released. Oh, okay. All righty. I see that. So, anybody? She said, "I sent you information about the trip and said I love you too." Oh, they released some new pictures of the baby. Zen sent these pictures. You guys take a look. There's one. Let me see. I'm gonna show you two of them. Giving his brother a kiss. This is the last picture I'm gonna show y'all. All right. All right. There's more pictures. Oh man, I gotta show you this picture. He cold with it. Look what he got on. Little cute little self. He looking good. Right there, he looked like his mama. I'm just saying, you guys. Looking good. Got his hair cut and everything. Yeah, cute. I used to dress my son up like that all the time. I mean, all the time. We're going to end on a good note, you guys. We're going to still continue to listen in on the case. It's still happening. So handsome. Yes, he is. Cute baby. I'm still thinking, I'm going to think good about these babies. So hopefully you guys, we going to get some good news. I know some of you guys are telling me you're not going to be able to make it to the Tyree thing. And I told you guys, yeah, don't worry about it. They ain't going to let us in no way. Anyway, yeah. I'm a type of person, when I say I want to do something, you can shut the doors down. I'm still coming that direction. I might be 2-3 hours away from Freddie. So who knows? Papa may say, shoot, let's roll over there. I don't know. That's 3 hours. Here she is. Hey, Sugar Mama, thank you for the super chat.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm here and I'm back. Hi, family. Well, I always gotta put my 2 cents on who don't like it. Hey, those who don't like it, those swing on maggot. How many times have you had said you don't want nobody mentioning other channels, blah blah blah, or names and stuff like that? I had to get up the chat on Monday because you know what? It was like a pigsty. I'm sorry.
It was.
And that's not what we are there for. We are all grown.
Right.
Stop talking over each and everybody. How many doggone times you gonna say that? Come on now, folks. Come on. Yeah. Everybody is hot, but damn, drink a bottle of cold water to calm your little ass down. Not in the channel.
Right. Exactly.
And especially at that time, I'm sorry. And another thing, we all are hustling. We're just seeing folks when they want the money or when they want to Mr. That. Hey, all this individual have to do, I'm not going to mention the name, call 211 and Miss SP 211. If you cannot go for the food, they will sure give you food. So don't bring that bullshit in the chat about Fritos y'all do eat. We're not supporting your fucking habits. Excuse my French. We all hustling. This is not a begging channel.
Exactly.
Take this shit to the bank.
Yeah.
211. So many pantries they have in New York. I could call on them, okay? All this heifer have to do is call 211. They will bring the food for you if you don't have a way to come there. So, baby, you in the wrong channel begging. I'm sorry.
Right.
3 days you don't eat. Stand up on the street corner and pimp. You sure will get something. Go by McDonald's and stand up there. Anybody coming from in and out of McDonald's, they'll give you a cup of coffee, they'll give you a donut, a sandwich, anything. Don't come with that bullshit 3 days you don't eat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bye. Love y'all.
Love you. Hey, you guys, we're going to get off of here. We will be back Friday. It was kind of hard coming on today. It really was. It was really kind of hard. I was like, I slept the whole day away and then I came on. I was like, if I don't come on, family's going to be like, what happened? And it was not, it was just kind of really hard. But I'm going to go back and listen to some more. If you guys want to listen, you got the link. If you don't know where the link is, you have to go back in one of the lives. I can't remember which live it is. We're not going to put it out there no more because we got new channel people coming in talking about where's it at? Where's it at? If you're part of this family, you would already know. We already went through there. Family got it. You know what I'm saying? You're late. We can only do so much of a good deed. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to talk to you later. I will be calling tomorrow Tyree's father. I might be on Pecosha early in the morning because I got some things to do and I ain't got to work afterwards. So they're changing my time on one of my jobs on Fridays and Saturdays. I do have to go in early, but it is not going to affect anything. So it's not going to be 9 anymore. I'll be going in at 8 and getting off at 6. So, okay. I just letting you guys know my schedule. All right. Be good, be safe, and be nice to everybody. Bye.